Hey guys, Tommy with Studio Sense here. Welcome to another day, brand new video, and yet again, a new release. You might have noticed in the past few months, if you went to Sephora.com or went to Sephora at the mall or wherever you have Sephora, and you saw the Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Toilette, you could get that for around $40 a bottle, which is really inexpensive. Well, the reason that they did that is they finally decided to reformulate or retool the Eau de Toilette formula into something just a bit more fresh, a bit more modern. So today we're going to take a look at the brand new Y Eau de Toilette, this new release. We're going to take a look at the similarities, some of the differences. That and more is coming your way, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. So today we're taking a look at a reformulation or redoing. Y Eau de Toilette has been completely redone from the 2017 to a new 2022 version. So before we do anything else, let's take a closer look at that presentation. The front of the box is emblazoned with a blue YSL all the way from the top to the bottom with a silver Y in the middle. In silver at the bottom is Yves Saint Laurent Eau de Toilette 3.3 fluid ounce or 100 ml bottle. On one side of the box is a QR code. The other side of the box is yslbeauty.com website. The bottom of the box has a batch code of 38W1003 along with some stickers and address information. The back of the box has an ingredients listing, a UPC, some additional stickers, and address information. The very top of the box says that YSL emblazoned or embedded in it. The bottle itself is very similar, if not identical, to the 2017 Y Eau de Toilette bottle. It has the silver Y portion of the bottom of the Y on the very front, and that's where it says Yves Saint Laurent. And on the right side, you have the rest of the silver Y, the capital Y on the side of the bottle. The lid itself is black around the sides and silver on the top. It is a plastic lid and it says YSL on the top. The bottle is completely glass and completely transparent. There is very little color here. The juice looks to be like a very, very light blue. If there's a color at all, that could just be a reflection, but to me, it looks like it's a slight, very light blue. On the bottom of the bottle is an adhesive sticker with the batch code and some additional information on it, and that's pretty much it. There's not really a lot to talk about as it's very similar. Now the top of the Y has an actual indentation in the glass, which is similar to the original 2017 bottle release. Not much news here. Bottle is exactly the same. Now I've had this bottle for a very long time. The original YSL EDT, I had a bottle, a full bottle. Once I ran out, I didn't buy a brand new full bottle. I just bought this one. I much prefer the darker concentrations, the heavier concentrations, but again, this is the same original bottle style. They are identical. Really not been any change in form factor that we can talk about, although the lines look a bit smoother to me. That just could be my eye, but the glass looks a bit smoother, perfectly geometric. I'm glad they didn't change anything really, because this is a fantastic presentation, kind of like the baseline or the golden mean, the golden standard of men's fragrance. Primarily though, what we're going to see a difference is in the actual formula itself. One of the reasons they likely reformulated, down through the years, houses have run into problems when they originally create a fragrance. They actually have to take into account what kind of ingredients are going to go into this. Those ingredients that you're using may not be accessible later on, and if you've got a hit on your hands, you've got a real problem. You've got this wonderful formula, but you can't get your hands on the original ingredients. That particular ingredient needs to be remade or reformed because there are other ingredients that are less expensive or that are more accessible. Some of the aldehydes in the original 2017 formula may have run into that issue, and that's one of the reasons they're likely retooling this. Plus, to kind of refresh the brand, let's talk about the formula. What are the notes in the new Y Eau de Toilette? Y Eau de Toilette by Yves Saint Laurent features top notes of bergamot, ginger, and aldehydes, with heart notes of French lavender, provincial clary sage, and Madagascan geranium. Resting on a base of ambergris, frankincense, cedar wood, and vanilla. Primarily looks like they're focusing on clary sage, frankincense, and woods, kind of being the trifecta or the three primary notes that are going to be the big notes in this fragrance. Now, one difference is I noticed that, and if you go to their website, yslbeauty.com, you'll notice that when you pull up the Eau de Toilette, it actually says 8+ hours, a long-lasting aromatic formula. It's really interesting to see YSL kind of attack the very forefront, the actual performance of the fragrance, and say, hey, this is going to be 8+ hours. So I'm definitely interested in trying out the juice and seeing what it smells like. Atomizer is very powerful. It definitely emits a very heavy burst or cloud of juice. This has a very high quality lavender in. It's got a good bit of lavender in there. So the combination of clary sage, lavender, along with the frankincense it's definitely got a refreshed formula feel to it. Definitely got the Y DNA. There's no mistaking that you're smelling YSL Y for sure, but it's like a stab a little bit deeper, darker into the masculine floral territory, because in the original formula they didn't use lavender. They had violet leaf and geranium absolute as kind of a combination. I think that's a plus, a bonus as an addition in the new Y formula. In the original formula you also had fir balsam. In this formula you have a combination of cedarwood and vanilla, so it's a little bit creamier, a little bit smoother feeling, at least to my nose olfactively, which is much more pleasant. So I feel like it's going to wear better. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this on my arm. I have nothing else on me today. I didn't wear any fragrance in anticipation of this video. So I'm going to wait about 20 minutes to let this dry down. Then I'm going to come back and give you guys my final thoughts on YSL Y Eau de Toilette, the new 2022 reformed version. There are different kind of aldehydes depending upon what direction they're going. They can be very starchy and dry. They can be fruity. You know, they can smell like apricot or strawberry or apple or peach, and they can be very sweet. It just depends. Now, the aldehydes in the original are very fruity. The aldehydes that are used in here are a little bit different. It's a little more dry, a little starchy, and a little bit less fruity. Because of the quality of that geranium, clary sage, and lavender combination, I feel like it's a bit more dressed up. It's a bit more refined and more in line with kind of the characterization of Yves Saint Laurent. You know, when you think of their fragrances, you think of a positive, forward-moving, kind of ritzy, kind of upscale deportment, and that definitely is the vibe that I'm getting from this. Even though you can wear this as obviously, you can wear it as a casual fragrance because that's how it's created, as a lifestyle scent, something that can be your signature. It's a little bit less youthful and kind of that midline. The target audience, I think, is expanded, projecting incredibly well. There's a good possibility that 8+ hour performance, that's actually the case. So I sprayed the original Y on my right hand, and I've got my arm loaded down with the new Y, the 2022 version. And that is the biggest difference to my nose, is a little bit less sweet, very little bit less sweet, but definitely much less fruity. So you can wear it casually, you can wear it upscale, you can really wear it anytime. It's a very fresh, refreshing, light blue fragrance. I think it's an overall improvement. Right now you can get this on the YSL website, of course, and at Macy's. I'll leave a link in the description below where I've got mine. About $100 for a bottle, which seems to be expensive for a fragrance that already exists. So if you have an original bottle still that's full, go ahead and use that up. I wouldn't replace the 2017 Y with a new just yet because it's not that different. Price isn't going to be that much different when it's discounted. Well guys, that's it for my first impressions of Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Toilette, the new reformed version. Again, I think the differences are improvements overall, but not enough for you to throw away your old Y, the 2017 Y, and replace it with the new. Only do that if you run out and you really like the fragrance. A little bit less fruity, a little bit more mature. Now, if you've already tried the new Y out, formed your opinion on it, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thanks so much though for stopping by, checking out today's unboxing and first impressions, and as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.